Hi there, my name is Allison. Today I'm doing a video for you that is focused on really improving mobility in the shoulders, and it's really targeted to people who have a hard time doing traditional yoga. So the movements that would be like getting on the floor, getting up off the floor, and too fast-paced movements in various studio settings. So you could be at home doing this practice, and I'm going to try and keep it short for you. So I have here, I'm sitting on a piano bench, but I'd like for you to make sure you have a sturdy chair or stool or something you can sit on that is going to give you a chance to really find great posture. Don't lean back into it if it has a back. And if it has arms, it's probably not a great chair because we are going to be moving side to side. So just make sure whatever you're sitting on, you have a little bit of freedom. A couch is not great because it's a bit too squishy. So something that gives you a little more support. And now if you also have any light weights, any dumbbells, you can bring them into the practice, but they aren't necessary. I also have a yoga block. But not a lot of people have yoga blocks. And so if you have a small Pilates ball, or even, most of us have this, cushion, couch cushion or a pillow is great. So those are the things you're going to need. So first of all, let's get started by sitting down and finding our breath. So a lot of the time, we can improve our well-being with improving our breath. We often breathe, and it sounds crazy, but breathe incorrectly. We breathe really shallowly here in the chest. We're not sending breath to fully expand our rib cage. So your rib cage is just built like this. And if you're only breathing into the chest, only this front part is getting some expansion, maybe even tiniest bit, not that much. So I want you to think of expanding your rib cage like an accordion on the inhale, and on the exhale, drawing back down, just like an accordion would move. So if you're unsure if you're breathing fully inhale and exhale, you can take your hands around your lowest ribs and then just test yourself. Take a breath in and see if you can feel your ribs moving underneath your hands on your inhale. And then on your exhale, you can make a shh sound like you're a librarian. Shh, and feel if you can notice the ribs drawing back down. So the inhale pulls the ribs apart. The exhale draws them back down. If that's already a challenge and you think, oh my gosh, my ribs aren't moving, we can work on that. But we want to really find this rib cage expansion. This is going to help us understand that our diaphragm is being exercised. So as you inhale, your diaphragm, this dome-shaped muscle right here underneath your lungs, contracts and pushes downwards to makes room for your lungs to expand. And then as you exhale, the diaphragm relaxes and then moves back up to that dome shape. So, of course, I'm doing an exaggerated version here, but it is moving. So making sure to exercise your diaphragm is super important, and many of us don't even take the time to breathe deep breaths. So before we even move our body, I want you to move the breath in your body. So deep breath in. Exhale out. If you'd like to release your hands to your lap and continue the work of the breath, I want you to really think of the breath expanding front, sides, and back so that it's going into all parts of your lungs and all parts of the rib cage. All the little muscles in the ribs are all starting to move. Exhale. Good work. Sometimes that takes more practice. I would really encourage you to do at least 10 deep breaths in the morning or at night, or both if you can. A great way to relax the nervous system as well, and to focus on stretching yourself from the inside out. Okay, so we're going to move on to some work here in the shoulders. I'd like for you to bring your elbows right by your side body with your palms facing up. This is going to open up through the chest, and you're going to take a breath in. And as you exhale, these low frontal ribs are going to draw downward. And I want you to feel a little tension building in your abdominals, and then keep that tension, keep that engagement in the abs, and then breathe in again. Exhale. Don't lose that little bit of tension that the abdominals have created now. And then one more. Now we're going to start mobilizing the shoulders. Take a breath in. Chest is nice and broad. As you exhale, like you're serving a platter, reach the arms forward. Now for some of us, that might mean that the arms stay bent as you reach forward. You might not have the mobility or the strength to get the arms to go up too high. But if you do have a little more, you're going to try and reach the arms until they're straight, the hands in line with the shoulders, and then pull back. The breath here is exhale, lift, inhale, pull back. If you feel like this is not enough of a challenge for you, you can use a pair of light dumbbells to serve the platter and then draw back. Don't use the dumbbells just to like make yourself work harder, because I really want you to think of mobility here. Yes, you will be building strength, but the mobility is what we're trying to go for. So you exhale, lift, inhale, draw back. All the way through. Are abs still engaged? Are you still breathing? Nice and focused. You have 2 more. Good work. 1 more. And then gently put this down. Good. Nicely done. Okay. Take a moment to take a breath and just notice the heat you've created. Now we're going to move the arms out to the side. So palms are going to face up again. This will externally rotate the shoulders. And then lift the elbows are by the side body, but they're not digging in. So you relax your shoulders down. Lift the palms up and take the arms out. Exhale as you squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, close. So you're still serving the platter now. It's out left and right. And then close. Of course, yes, you can use weights again, but we're just trying to mobilize here in the shoulders. So squeeze, draw in. If you're using the weights, looks the same. Just creating a little more work here in the shoulders. If you tend to find that your upper back is starting to dome forward, you're starting to kind of crouch forward, this is a really nice one to get your shoulders back, to draw back. Keep your chest tall without losing abdominal engagement. So making sure you're not arching the back and letting the abs kind of, go on vacation here. We want to keep them nice and strong. Last couple here. Good work. If you have weights, you're going to lay them back down. Come back to your seated position and just take a moment to notice. We're going to do a little abduction. Abduction is the ability for our arms to go away from the central line of the body, or really whatever limbs you're using, but right now we're doing arms and shoulders. So take your arms out to the side. Again, if you have arms, actual arms on your chairs, make it a little more challenging. So making sure you have a seat here where you can be a little bit more free with the movement of your arms. So my arms are out to the sides. My abs are still slightly engaged. Shoulders are down. They're not hiked up to my ears. Breathe in, breathe out, and then inhale, lifting the arms as high as you can. For some of us, that means not high. That means stay here and work your own movement, whatever you can do. If you can go higher, you are going to go as high as you can. Those of you who are able to go even higher, turn your palms to face forward as you reach all the way up, and then come down. The palms will naturally turn back to face the ground as you lower down. So hopefully you can see as I'm doing this, I'm hoping I'm doing a good job to show you, to model for you, I'm not hiking my shoulders up when I get up here. I'm keeping them away from my ears and just letting the shoulder blades naturally, they're going to naturally elevate, but it's not because I've hiked my shoulders up, right? They're just naturally going to do their thing. So allowing them to move in their natural way. And if you're lower here, if your arms are only going to here, awesome, great. Continue to do this, right, to wherever you can. Of course, if you want weights, you got weights in your hands, you can do that all the way up and then all the way down with hand weights. We have 1 more. And then I want you to come back, lay the hands in your lap and take a moment to notice. It's always really, really good to just notice, how are you? What's going on here? All right, reach the hands forward, palms together as high as you can, and then bend like you're bringing your thumbs toward your third eye, toward your forehead. I'm going to turn so you can see. So reaching the palms up and then bending the elbows toward the forehead. And then down, straight and then all the way down. If you can only go quarter way up, do your best. It's like a little bicep curl. And then if you can, with the weights, do this. You can just have one weight in the hands, taking it forward, bending the elbows, back forward, and all the way down. So really, like, where can you go in your movement? And then build up. So you might want to start like no weights, maybe the arms aren't lifting as high, and then after a few weeks of doing this a couple times a week, you're noticing that you are getting a little more mobile. You're able to add some weights to your practice, or at least take your arms a little higher than you thought before. Okay, last one. Nice work, friends. Bring it back down. Take that weight to the side. Again, a moment to do nothing. Okay, we're gonna find a little spinal twist, which is really important that we do this on a regular basis. So take a breath in, exhale. Twist your upper body, so keeping everything from belly button down pretty solid here, but just twist the upper body toward your right. Taking your left hand outside your knee, and then continue to twist. Push the hand into the knee and the knee into the hand. Breathe in, breathe out. What happens with this back hand? You can place it just behind you. So if you have space on the chair, just behind you. If there's no space, just wherever you can have it, where it's not in the way. You're kind of keeping the chest nice and tall and open. Deep breath in, like someone's pulling you from the crown of the head up. Exhale, twist a little more. Keep pushing the knee and the hand together. So you're creating a little resistance here. One more breath. And twist, exhale. Good work. Come back around and pause. All right, did you notice how that felt on that side? Let's see how you feel on the other side. So breathe in, breathe out, twist it to the other side. So taking your twist over toward the left, this time your right hand's outside your knee. Breathe in, sit up taller. Again, someone's pulling you from the crown of the head. And as you exhale, you find your twist, and then the opposite hand, the back hand, just behind you, kind of out of the way here, keeping the chest nice and open. And then putting a little pressure, hand into knee here, pushing the knee back, creating a little bit of resistance here. One more breath. Come back around. Good work. Hopefully you feel well here. Okay, the next thing you're gonna do, we're gonna stay seated, is if you have a cushion, you can use your cushion and make sure you kind of scrunch it, and you're gonna squeeze it between your knees. I know this might look a little bit weird, but that's okay. If you have a yoga block, you can also use that, but a lot of people don't have these around the house, but squeeze that between the knees. This is just helping us to improve our internal hip rotation. So if you tend to let the knee flop to the side, that is external rotation. We want to have active internal rotation in this next thing. So I'm gonna use my cushion, because I'm gonna guess that many of you might not have the yoga block. So squeezing the cushion, and then with or without weights, I'll show you with the weights in a second, we are going to start to take the arms out, so elbows toward the side body, palms like you're doing jazz hands, palms facing forward. The movement here is to take the arms up. It's like a cactus or a goalpost, and then down. What am I doing here with the legs? I'm squeezing my cushion, and you can actually do an active squeeze and release as we do this. So the movement, let's start with just the arms so you can see this. Arms go out as high as they can without taking the shoulders up here, right? The shoulder blades will elevate naturally, but they're not going to elevate up to your ears where you're crunching. So as high as you can, and then keeping the elbows bent, come back down. I want you to create your own resistance. So as you come back down, like you're trying to pull your arms through mud. Like imagine that. Okay, what am I doing with the legs? So I'm gonna take the arms up, and then as I come back down, I squeeze the cushion between the knees or the block, whatever you're using. Inhale, you can release that squeeze a bit, reach the arms up. Keep your abdominal engagement. Exhale, squeeze through the knees, pull the arms down. You know I'm gonna say it. If you wanna use the weights, you can go for it. If you don't have weights at home, I should have mentioned it earlier, cans of soup, that's great. They're also lighter than typical weights, so you can start with cans of soup or beans or whatever you might have at home. So as I come down, I'm squeezing the cushion. As I go up, I release that squeeze, but keep my feet nice and flat on the ground, and then squeeze down. Whew. One more. And then all the way down. Release the weights, release the cushion. And the final thing we'll do today is a little bit of hip flexion. Hip flexion is the ability to lift your knee up into your chest. Be careful that you don't lean back in doing this. So you're sitting up nice and tall, your abdominals are on, you're gonna just take a deep breath in, exhale, and then lift the knee in toward the chest. Inhale, put the foot down, exhale, lift the other knee in toward the chest. I wanna show you this from the side. So as you're doing this, the things to be cautious of is that you aren't leaning back to get the knee up, right? We're just trying to see how high we can lift the knee to the chest, keeping the torso stacked over the pelvis. This is a great way to strengthen the deeper abdominals as well as these hip flexors, right? For just walking purposes, climbing stairs. This is really important work. Good. Last few, what do you do with your hands? Whatever you want to do, really, honestly. They can be on the chair, they can be on the lap. I like to lift and exhale. Inhale, put the foot down, lift and exhale the other side. Last one each side here. Good work. All right, that was a little bit of movement for you today. I hope that you enjoyed it. We are going to finish off by taking some deep breaths. So you can sit your eyes on a point in front of you or close them if you're feeling comfortable to close the eyes. I'm just going to put one palm into the other, relax my shoulders, my hands are in my lap. And I want you to just feel the breath come in and go out. And you may have a meditation practice or you may not, but I think meditation sometimes gets people nervous. Like, I can't sit and quietly forever. We don't need to sit quietly forever. We just want to spend some time appreciating the present moment and feeling what we feel in our body. So that's what we're doing right now. So breathe in through your nostrils. Breathe out. Let it all go. Bring your attention to not just the breath, but the feet on the ground. Bring your attention to your palms. Your physical body really centering you here in this space. Take one more deep breath in. Empty your breath. And blink the eyes open. Thank you again. Have a beautiful rest of your day, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll talk to you soon if you do, and if you don't, I wish you all the best.